Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories Part 6. And in this episode, match 2 of the finals against Bakura. No, not this Bakura.
Ginger.
He is not a ginger. He's a limey bastard. This Bakura.
That's the ginger inside that was waiting to break out.
Still not a ginger. All right. Specifically, we got 3 Yumi from off of fighting.
South Park was my favorite show growing up.
That is a terrible description of South Park. Anyway, Bakura is actually the second most famous difficulty spike in the game because he has the ability to start off with either Labyrinth Wall or Millennium Shield. I fucked up here by putting my Two-Headed Thunder Dragon in Pluto, which means if this is Labyrinth Wall or Millennium Shield, we can't win. But thankfully he did not. He put down a Spirit of the Harp instead, so we should be fine.
Raigeki.
I only have 1 Raigeki, and he has 6 Labyrinth Wall / Millennium Shields.
They should make a Yu-Gi-Oh card that's just called Shine. You know what Shine looks like in English?
Nope.
Shine, shine, shine.
Oh man, Steel Grotto has more defense points than we have attack points on our Skeleton.
And that means
whatever will happen here.
According to the rules, that means that neither monster is destroyed, and we take 100 damage.
Hi, Skelgon.
Oh, it's a puppy dog.
Smash! He did not successfully smash.
That was Rocket for Me by Caravan Palace. Because he looked like he looked exactly like the giant dancing robot, I swear to God.
So you're the one that's been listening to Caravan Palace on our channel.
Well, who else would it be? Oh, I love, what is it called? Electro Swing is a very quirky genre right there.
It is. Speaking of genres of music, I've actually been listening to a bunch of the albums released last year, and I gotta say, I'm not entirely impressed with last year's album output. I do like 2 of the 4 albums that I've listened to so far, but I only like them. I don't really like them.
My opinion with respect to last year's music, the good news is that those who still create good music are still producing. The bad news is they're getting older and they're going to die in probably about 20 to 30 years.
Or they'll just fall off a cliff and lose all of their popularity.
Or they'll put on their last show ever. But Kiss has already done that like 20 times now, but I think that they're actually like throwing in the towel this time.
I'm not a big fan of Kiss personally. Oh, look, it's Pegasus to divert us off this conversation. Hi, Pegasus.
Want to rock and roll all night.
We got ourselves a Lamoon, a goddess with the 3rd eye, and a Time Wizard.
How do you pronounce Aikikizu?
Let me think. It's Aikizu. Yeah.
Akakizu.
So many zombies and no dragons. Damn.
Uh-oh, he's already crafting.
It's okay. It's just Crimson Sunbird. We're fine. 2800 attack is not really all that big of a deal.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna ram heads and we're gonna make him rage quit.
Oh.
But we don't have any dragons. Well, aren't we in a predicament now?
Go, Silico Hero number 2. Defend our life points.
He doesn't have flying.
But does he need flying with a 2300 Bakura box?
Well, we could use it, but you know, it honestly,
we go.
It's a little late for that, don't you think?
Nope.
Wait, why do we have 3200 though? Because of the mountain field?
33 because of mountains.
Sweet.
Yes, mountain powers up Thunder, Dragon, and Wing Beast.
What the fuck?
Parrot Dragon with Bright Castle.
But it's still not enough to trump our dudes. That's right. So what I noticed in this game, as what used to happen in the Game Boy Advance Yu-Gi-Oh games I used to play, is that one of the dumbest things the AI will do is put a really powerful monster in defense mode, so that way you can take it out with a weaker creature, because in Yu-Gi-Oh the monster's defense points is usually lower than its attack points, especially at this stage of Yu-Gi-Oh's like progeny.
Go, Great Mammoth of Goldfine.
Sure, why not?
For the record, Great Mammoth of Goldfine is one of the more specific fusions in the game. It requires Mammoth Graveyard and any zombie monster under 2200. It's actually one of my favorite fusion monsters because of how early in the game you have access to it. Simon Morin specifically can drop Mammoth Graveyard, and it makes it so that Great Mammoth of Goldfine is one of the better specific card fusions for you to go after, because zombies are actually still very powerful with dragons, unlike reptiles, which are shit.
So, go! Charge! Boink. That was a good animation. That was cool. What I was going to say is, now that we have quitted the vanilla texture for these fight backgrounds, behold, it's a mountain background for our fight scene.
Yes, each of the field spells actually has a different background associated with it. I think specifically that forest is my favorite one.
We're winning. We're winning.
But one of the problems that Yu-Gi-Oh! Type Balance has, especially at this era, is that there isn't actually a field bonus for fairy, fiend, or reptile. Fairy, fire, or reptile.
Yeah, that's right.
And in this game, Machine doesn't even get a steroid.
I think Machine was supposed to get steroid from Wasteland.
Yep, it's supposed to get steroided from Wasteland, but it doesn't in this game. Wasteland only steroids Rock and Zombie.
I wonder if before Necro Valley, if anybody was using the goddamn field spells.
The smaller ones, no, but I think before Necro Valley we actually had the costly field spells, the 500 plus 400 minus ones, like Mystic Plasma Zone. Yeah, we definitely had Mystic Plasma Zone and Yumaruka by then, because I was using Mystic Plasma Zone with Gravekeepers during an earlier version before I actually had Necro Valley.
Isis.
Yes,
oh,
Isis.
There.
Hi, Ishizu.
Oh. Me. This is the angriest I've ever seen Ishizu.
Hey, we got Magical Labyrinth and another Yubi.
No, wait a minute. This isn't Ishizu Ishtar. This is.
Yeah, no, it's definitely supposed to be Ishizu. She's just called Isis.
God damn it. So Tristan was not the only character that they worked on. Hey, I got a Shadow Ghoul.
So, this will make Skelegon, and then into Curse of Dragon, and then into Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, and then because monsters trump spell and trap cards, we just delete our mountain.
Yay.
Now, Isis specifically has the ability to start with Black Skull Dragon. It is the only card in her entire deck that I'm worried about, though, because the rest of her deck, well, the rest of her deck is specifically just water monsters. So they all have Neptune primary stars.
30,000-year white turtle. Now dead.
Dragon? Yay, dragon!
Sweet. This piece of paper says you win.
Okay, so there, Thunder Dragon, Skelegon, Twin-Headed Thunder
Fat
Dragon.
as a cow. Radioactive spider, am I right?
I don't think you're right, but then again, I can't be wrong about these things, so...
Family Guy gives us much wisdom into things that used to be funny, but are not funny any longer. How... So many zombies, but no life left to breathe into this game.
I'm trying to decide how I want to do this.
Although I must say, Yu-Gi-Oh does appear to have a continuing fascination with the YouTube watching community. Except those videos are always so long. Like, if you have something to say, why not say it in like 2 minutes so that I'll stop by?
Curse of Dragon, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon.
Following along, everybody? Jesus Christ. 3,800 because of a type advantage. But why didn't...
Now, the reason why we're not winning is because we're attempting to get BCD on ISIS.
BCD?
Yes, BCD. What that specifically stands for is the BCD type ranking. There are 5-letter rankings in the game. It's D, C, B, A, and S. Depending on what ranking you get affects what cards you get. Specifically, we're going for BCD POW right now in order to attempt to get Dragon Treasures.
So you get, because of the mod you're using, you get 15 cards, but because of the rank that you're ending with the duel, that's the rarity you get?
That's it's supposed to be rarity. It's not. Effectively, each duelist has 3 different drop tables. There's the SA Tech drop table, which we will only actually start seeing once we're actually farming on Pegasus. The BCD table, which has lower rarity cards supposedly, but also has spells and traps in it, because otherwise you would never actually get SA Tech ever. And then there's the SA POW table, which has the more powerful and signature monsters of these opponents. At least it's supposed to. The thing is, it doesn't actually work that way in practice, because specifically Isis and Pegasus cannot drop their strongest monsters on SA POW. All you end up getting from them is, relatively powerful monsters of their specific type. For Pegasus specifically, you don't even get monsters that are, all that worthwhile aside from low-powered dragons.
For you.
And Isis,
Want to talk about
Isis gives you, moderately powerful water monsters, but not any of the moderately powerful water monsters that you actually want.